created. Man made of clay. Angels made of light. And a third made of fire.
Who were we? Once we were called the spirit of the mountain, father sun, mother moon, ancestral spirits, animal spirits, djinn, ghosts, the green man, then gods, demons, angels, poltergeists, aliens, extraterrestrials, leptons, quarks. The words change. We do not change.
Like angels, Djinn are said to be able to appear and disappear at will, and are sometimes only heard as disembodied voices. But while some ancient astronaut theorists believe this behavior resembles that of extraterrestrials,
the words change. We do not change.
If invasion and takeover of the planet were the goal of these extraterrestrial biological entities, they are so advanced, it could be done easily. Therefore, invasion and takeover of the world cannot be their goal. And if that is not the goal, then what is the goal? What is the alien agenda?
What do they want, Greta? Just tell me what they want.
The demons? They want the fall of civilization.
We are here to enable your full potential, as we have with countless worlds across the galaxy. We are the network, and we are here for your betterment. In the last 23 years, have you not marveled as information technology has surged forward?
No.
Earth has grown smaller yet greater as connectivity has grown. This is our doing, and it is just the beginning.
Magicians were almost like the first neuroscientists and psychologists. Like, they were the ones who first understood how people's minds work. They just in real time are testing lots and lots of stuff on people. A magician understands something, some part of your mind that we're not aware of. That's what makes the illusion work. Doctors, lawyers, people know how to build 747s or nuclear missiles. They don't know more about how their own mind is vulnerable. That's a separate discipline. And it's a discipline that applies to all human beings. From that perspective, you can have a very different understanding of what technology is doing. When I was at the Stanford Persuasive Technology Lab, this is what we learned. How could you use everything we know about the psychology of what persuades people and build that into technology?
We want to psychologically figure out how to manipulate you as fast as possible and then give you back that dopamine hit. We did that brilliantly at Facebook. Instagram has done it. WhatsApp has done it. You know, Snapchat has done it. Twitter has done it.
I mean, it's exactly the kind of thing that a hacker like myself would come up with, because you're exploiting a vulnerability in human psychology. And I think that the inventors, creators, understood this consciously, and we did it anyway.
We are the network, and we are here for your betterment. In the last 23 years, have you not marveled as information technology has surged forward?
No.
Earth has grown smaller yet greater as connectivity has grown. This is our doing, and it is just the beginning.
You ready?
the reason and agenda for alien intelligences to be on this planet manipulating humans and animals is because there are wars out there.
If reptilian extraterrestrials have inhabited Earth for thousands of years, are they content to continue hiding out underground? Or is the day fast approaching where they will step out of the shadows and announce their presence once again?
They've been around for a long time, and some of them want the world back.
I think these abduction stories are all part of a larger plan. A plan going on for a very long time. This, what we are experiencing now, is the next step, where we are now learning that we are not alone and that they soon will come back, because that is what they promised in the ancient text.
If something is trying to get your attention, it's not holy.
So you do believe in demons?
I believe in God, and with that comes belief in the devil.
The Christians are waiting for the return of Jesus. The Jews are waiting for the return of the Messiah. The Islamic community is waiting for the return of Muhammad. The idea of this return did not originate with any of those religious figures, but it in fact originated with the promise by extraterrestrials that they would return in the future. Tradition tells us that the army of the Messiah is not to come from heaven, but is to arise from inner earth, and therefore dominate the surface world. Perhaps we are now at this special turning point in our history and the timeline of planet Earth, where the reptilians and the other extraterrestrials will announce themselves.
They're here.
We appropriate a small percentage of the population at 2,000 or so penetration points across the planet. This ensures maximum coverage.
judge. The 19-year-old faces charges of DUI, resisting arrest.
人を食らう怪人グールが潜む東京。
本物のグール初めて見た。
言葉でなんか僕が一体何なんですか。僕はグールだなんて信じられません。
あんた人間だったんだろ。人しか食えないんだよ。
君は人間とグール二つの世界に居場所を持てるただ一人の存在なんだよ。
Existed this way for thousands of years. These nightclubs of yours are dangerous. Are they? They draw needless attention to our kind. You know our policy. Your policy, not mine. Our livelihood depends on our ability to blend in, on our discretion.
Maybe it's time we forgot about discretion. We should be ruling the humans. Not running around making back alley treaties with them. For fuck's sake, these people are our food, not our allies.
He's on the move.
I've never seen a case like this before. 23 identities live in Kevin's body. Who are you?
The beast is a sentient creature who represents the highest form of human's evolution. He believes the time of ordinary humanity is over.
This is why we have to treat them like equals. If we were to treat them like the animals they are, they'd kill us all.
What the hell are they talking about? It doesn't feel real. I'm different somehow.
All that matters is you are still you.
What's up, Kaneki? You feeling any better?
I say you make the most of being a half-breed. I wonder if the other one-eyed ghoul is anything
That's
like...
enough.
Hey, stranger. What's your business here?
I'm looking for a half-breed. I'm looking for a half-breed.
All the years Tom's been here, he's never once had a family visitor. There have been incidents with the other children. Nasty things.
You can do things, can't you, Tom? Things other children can't.
I can make things move without touching them. I can make animals do what I want without training them. I can make bad things happen to people who are mean to me. I can make them hurt if I want. I can speak to snakes too, whisper things. Is that normal for someone like me?
彼らは人間でありながら、グールの能力を用いるそうです。そうだろ。グール。
グール同士助け合うのが私たちの方針だよ。
あんた店長からちゃんと聞いてんの？箱持ちの話。11くらいだよ。グールが世界を歪んでいる。
本当にそうなのか。
青霧の木に合流することが予想される。これは人間とグールとの戦争だ。
You have no idea what you walked into here, do you? None.
What are you?
I'm a demon. I am lizard.
Do not let my form frighten you, Alyssa. I can assume any form I wish.
Unnatural is what you are. Unnatural? I can stalk my prey by scent alone. I can run for miles while you need to ride in a stinking Humvee all day. I can see clearly on a moonless night while you cling to your flashlight soon as the sun goes down. You ask me, there's not much natural in that.
When I was a child, the whole world was full of magic. My father was a spirit hunter, one of the brave men who protected humanity against spirits that would harm it.
When will she come?
Soon, Liang. A holy Djinn cannot resist the cries of the man she's bewitched. Don't stare at her. She'll entrance you.
You are a very brave boy.
Throw it now!
She's trapped in this half-form.
I'm stuck now in this human form. No claws, no sharp teeth. I can't even run very fast. All I have is my beauty. Now I live by the very thing you accuse my mother of. I bewitch men for money.
Can there be a peace between us?
you know why? What did we do wrong? Why do you hate us?
We try to justify our actions by telling ourselves that our enemies deserve what's coming to them. But there's no justifiable reason. The act of taking a life is nothing more than pure evil. I have accepted my fate. I know that I am evil.
Pacific Palisades, California, July 17th, 2015, 5 p.m. Police are alerted that inside an abandoned SUV parked on a residential street is a dead body. The body is identified by his fiancée as 60-year-old Jeffrey Allen Lash. Los Angeles police find more than 1,200 guns and 7 tons of ammunition, along with numerous militarized vehicles and $230,000 in cash inside of his home. His fiancée reports that Lash had proclaimed to be an alien hybrid, secretly working for the government.
Lash apparently had no fingerprints. His fiancée believed that he was an alien hybrid. And we have to wonder who this guy was. Was he really an alien hybrid, as he said? Why did he have all these weapons?
The story's been elevated to an even bigger level. That there was some sort of infiltration of society going on.
A number of people who have claimed that they've been abducted by extraterrestrials also claim that they've witnessed what they say are alien human hybrids. And this would indicate that the extraterrestrials have a program.
Is it possible that there are already aliens living among us, and that our governments are fully aware of this?
They are all around us now, watching and waiting.
Are his eyes different colors?
Yeah, it's called heterochromia. It's a genetic trait.
Oh, whoa. He's like David Bowie.
He is. He is my little glam rocker.
Mike Mandel is a Canadian entertainer and lecturer. For many years, he was involved in various aspects of the occult, including spirit mediumship. Dozens of entities would speak through him on an ongoing basis.
One of the things the entities used to do was they used to test us. It was as though we were being brainwashed. We'd be told to do something very bizarre immediately, or we'd be told to go at midnight to this certain forest that was very, very terrifying to us because there'd been a number of manifestations there. We'd be told to go alone there at midnight and stay there for an hour and then come home. And they were testing our readiness to respond immediately to their commands. And we were not to test them ever, because they always said proof comes to those who do not ask for it, which sounds vaguely biblical, but it isn't. And I recall one time, one of the entities was put to the test. One of the particular people in the group suddenly spoke to it in German. And the entity, without missing a beat, stopped its sentence with the other person, turned and addressed him in flawless German, and then turned back and continued the conversation. Well, none of us knew German. None of us had studied it at any time. But the entity was able to switch in and out of the other language immediately.
No.
Heard you talking in your sleep. You were having a bad dream.
No, it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't a bad dream. It was a good dream.
Miles is 8 now. Soon the invading soul will have control. And Miles will be gone.
We're going back through your life. Back to when you started school. When you first learned to walk. When you were just a baby. Back to the day you were born. Back to the time before this body. I'm no longer speaking to Miles. I'm speaking to the person who has taken residence inside his body.
Alright everybody, a quick channel update. You may be wondering why Beasts of the Gully 2 hasn't come out yet. Hey, what's going on guys? My name is JWQ Boy. Hey, what's going on guys? My name is JWQ Boy, aka the Creeper King, and I am not a demon. So, hey, what's going on guys? My name is JWQ Boy, aka the Creeper King, and welcome to my channel. And on this channel I'm going to be doing stuff like Beasts of the Gully, where we go down into my gully and find animals. And also I'll be playing like Minecraft and video games with people.
Who are we? Djinn, ghosts, demons, angels, poltergeists, aliens, extraterrestrials. The words change. We do not change.
Hi, my name's Chihiro. What am I? I'm half demon and half human. I'm from another dimension. It's called Denmark. I grew up there. Do all half demons or just demons have white hair and blue eyes? Not all of us. Only half-breeds are born with them. Full demons, they are born with pure red eyes and black hair. Some have blonde hair. Others red. As you can tell, I'm very different from everyone else. Being a half-breed isn't that bad. You're mostly alone. Pretty much. Not really noble. More in the lower rankings. But it's bearable. And let me help you. My specialty is helping those relax and calm down. So just lay down for a bit, alright? Close your eyes and just listen to my voice. 10,
8.
What's up, everybody? This is Guanajita, and I'm here in Germany. I don't know how the fuck I got here, but I got here and I'm enjoying it, okay? Even though it's like fucking cold here.
Hi everyone, my name's Logan South, and I'm a vampire. No, I don't mean that sarcastically. No, I don't mean I'm joking. No, I don't mean, oh my god, I'm a vampire, I'm immortal. No, my name is Logan South, and I'm a vampire. Yeah, I know, sounds kind of weird, sounds kind of strange, but it's true. You know, those of you who are vampires, you know that that's a thing. And so, hi, big shout out to everybody out there. How you doing?
In your mind, take a deep breath inside.
Get the verse done in one take, bro. Code says she fuck G, that's a pump fake. Made 300 bands all in one day. 30K, put a jet on the runway. I'm a demon on God, make a God live in.
Deadly like a viper, hit hard like a UFC fighter. Bark loud like a dog when I bite ya. Short temper, man kick off quick like the spark from a lighter. Don't like ya, never have done, gonna get licked with a shot if I take one. Ain't gonna like this beef if I make one. Man live a real life, you live a fake one. Better run quick if I come with my mask on. Never feel bad for the shit that I have done. No apologies, don't never expect one. How would you hear it with half of your head gone? Nah, you don't want that. And neither do I when it comes down to it. Man's not a bad guy. If I'm gonna make a choice, somebody gonna die and it won't be me.
het is net ietsje netter.
When he was younger, even younger than now, Laurent Simon was raised mostly by his grandparents. They kept telling Laurent's mother and father he seemed very smart. His parents say they never took it seriously. They figured every grandparent thinks their grandchild's smart. Well, in Laurent's case, the grandparents were right. The 9-year-old has an IQ of 145. That puts him just under Einstein or Stephen Hawking, but above about 99.9% of everyone else. He's studying electrical engineering, and the program's director says no one has ever seen anything like Laurent.
He's maybe 3 times smarter than the smartest student we've ever met.
Laurent has never been a fan of toys, although he does like Fortnite. He's also a somewhat prolific poster on Instagram. But he whipped through high school in a year and will next month complete a 3-year bachelor's degree in 9 months. Alexander Simon says education is like playing for his son. Laurent doesn't have to study, he says, at all. Now, the previous record for the youngest person to graduate from university was an American boy 2 decades ago. Michael Carney was 10 years and 4 months old. He is today an improv comedian. That's him in the Spider-Man t-shirt.
Why don't you just say it to me?
The youngest Canadian we were able to find was 13. Laurent says right now he's working on a computer circuit that replicates a part of the human brain. He hopes to study medicine next. He's just not sure where. He's being courted by universities around the world. But his long-term goal is to become an inventor. Says his dream is to make artificial organs, and there's a reason. His grandparents have cardiac issues, and he wants to help them.
You say to people that kind of think there's something else behind your magic, another force behind your magic, or something that helps you create these illusions?
Maybe there is.
They say a magician should never reveal his secrets. But sometimes the secret is where the magic lies.
Dynamo is the devil!
You're the devil!
Dynamo says, quote, "Talk of a devil and he will appear."
Talk of the devil and he will appear.
Right after he says this, Dynamo appears in front of a group of women sitting at a table. He seems to be referring to himself as a devil.
From there, we create simulants to spread our ideologies through peaceful indoctrination.
And so we came up with our perfect plan.
Grab people.
If you can't beat man, change man.
From there, we create simulants to spread our ideologies through peaceful indoctrination. course, we welcome those who volunteer themselves. We can offer attractive incentives for those who willingly combine. The chance to be young again, and yet retain selected memories. Isn't that something you'd like?
Hey, it's Steve. I'm here with
Robert Michael Norman. How are you doing today?
I'm okay, Robert, and thank you for taking the time to come out and join us today. We're here in a public setting, and why don't you tell the viewers a little bit about why we had to meet up with you in a public setting today, Robert?
Basically, the music keeps the Djinn calmed down, relaxed, so he's not coming out when he feels like it. It's basically an easier way of keeping it in control.
Cool, but you do have control of the Djinn, though.
I do, yes.
Right, he's just kind of... It's a white light Djinn, right?
Yes, he is very...
Well, that's good. That's good. We don't do a whole lot of dark stuff, but you can't keep it under control, just kind of playful.
Oh, yes.
Something like that. Okay, well, that's cool. Well, I'm glad you met with us today. So why don't you give me a little bit of a brief history of how you came into contact with the Djinn and how you discovered that, the Djinn and what's going on with you now?
A really strange story about that. Basically, I kept to myself a lot throughout my whole entire life. I was a grade A student, 100% all the time. Graduated high school, went to college. From college, I got a roommate. And basically, I still kept to myself even though I had a roommate. Basically, it was to help pay the bills and stuff.
Right.
And what happened was I realized that he was getting into some weird stuff.
Like...
I don't know, I just seen some like weird relics sitting around, really didn't grasp the concept of it, you know, just, to me it was like no big deal. I'm learning into that scientific stuff. And I confronted him one day and I was like, hey, what is this stuff? And he told me that he dabbles in magic. So I was like, well, what do you mean, magic? And he was like, well, he likes to do all kinds of stuff like rituals and trying to make people wealthy or whatever. And I was like, oh, that's just hocus pocus stuff. It's no big deal, whatever. So I just left because I thought it was stupid.
Okay, well, that's good.
From that point on, I graduated college and stuff, but in the middle of that, what happened was I was with my roommate for 2 years, and I left, decided to get a place of my own. It didn't work out too well, moved back in with my parents, and then I started seeing shadows, like from the corners of my eyes, started hearing weird sounds at night. It was really, really strange.
Wow. Yeah.
So I just went over, got some psychiatric help, did anything I could do.
Right.
And
did they diagnose you with anything?
No, they basically no.
Yeah.
They just didn't know what. To them, I was normal.
Right. Yeah.
But so they just couldn't figure out anything that was going on. So I was like, well, what else can I do? So I decided to go into the supernatural area, found a medium.
Now before this, did you have any other prior experience with the supernatural, or?
I have never in my life. No.
Yeah. So this was kind of like an outreach for you almost.
It was very stressful, yes. Yeah. Felt like I was going nuts and crazy and couldn't figure out what was going on.
Wow.
I mean, you're going from a normal life to all of a sudden, you know, this weird stuff going on and you cannot explain anything.
Right. So what was the eventual outcome? Like, you said you had went to the spiritual medium, so after that, how'd that go?
Well, the first time we went, I met up with her and it was very unsuccessful. She was trying to figure out if there was any kind of spirits inside me or anything like that. Nothing.
So then how did you meticulate, like how did you come across the Djinn? Like what did you do next after that?
I started thinking about my roommate that I lived with in college. And I went back to him and talked to him. And I asked him about this pentagram that I had, or that he had actually.
Right.
And he had given it to me. And I brought it to the medium, and we did the whole thing all over again.
Right.
So, and just because of having that pentagram, she was able to conjure up the Djinn. And
oh wow, that's cool though.
It was really amazing.
How was that?
For me, scary.
Yeah.
It was the first time I didn't know what was going on. It was so crazy. And she conjured it up, and she started asking, what did it want? Why was it there? And apparently my roommate was dabbling in his magic like he had spoken about.
Right.
And more or less, the Djinn followed me.
Right, but why?
He was looking for a body to live in.
Right.
So he wanted to use me to live in because he thought
like
that...
a vessel, kind of.
Right, yeah, like a vessel.
And so how have you adapted versus, I don't want to say normal, I don't want to offend you, but how have you adapted from living a quote-unquote normal life to basically now having this Djinn infused inside of you?
Basically, he made a deal. He was like, as long as I can use you as a vessel, I will grant you wealth, immortality, riches, and plus the Djinn's magic. So I have 100% of the Djinn's magic, which is great.
Well, that's cool. So
some of the things I understand that he can do is Rob was telling me before we met that he can heal people, he can infuse them with wealth, he can infuse items. Like, talk about a little bit about that. Okay. And how, some people may think it's evil or consider it to be a possession, and get into a little more of that too.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's what direction I was going to take it. Basically, what does this mean for our viewers? Like, what are you going to be able to do for them? Like,
I love helping people. So what I've decided to do was to use the magical powers that the Djinn has given me to heal. And help out however I can.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the great thing, because the Djinn's agreement with me was to help out humanity.
Famous mystic Emanuel Swedenborg spent an entire lifetime associating with the spirit world, yet he warned, when the spirits begin to speak with a man, he ought to beware that he believes nothing whatever from them, for they say almost anything. Things are fabricated by them, and they lie. They would tell so many lies, and indeed with solemn affirmation, that a man would be astonished. If a man listens and believes, they press on, and deceive and seduce in many ways.
And whatever I can do to help them out is not evil at all. 100%. It is great. 100%. Good guy. And all he wants to do is help out humanity, like I said earlier.
Well, they claim to be ascended masters, but in reality, they were the exact opposite end of the spiritual scale. There's no question in my mind now that they were demon spirits. If you had asked me then, I would have believed entirely that they were higher beings, a higher spiritual order of beings. I wouldn't have believed in demons. I didn't think they existed. I thought they were an invention of the Christian church. In retrospect now, I can see back with horrible clarity that they were malevolent, created, demonic spirits intent on our destruction.
But how's it affected your life? How's it affected your life yourself?
My life, in the beginning, it was chaos, but then I learned how to control everything. Very first time, somebody fell down, got hurt, was feeling lots of pain and stuff, and I went over and helped them out with the pain, did a little bit of magic, and then it made me feel great.
Well, how about your personal economic situation? Like, has it helped you in that way at all, or?
Definitely. I'm now a stockbroker. Really huge. I own a lot of real estate. The Djinn has helped me out hugely. I came from a low middle class, kind of like average middle class family, so it definitely increased life. Made a lot of improvements. I was actually able to help my family out. to go from our mid-class lifestyle to more of an upper-class lifestyle. I've helped other people out too, heartbroken people that were sad and stuff. We've helped them out to gain confidence, to let them know that, hey, you just have to get over the hill. Once you get over that hill, everything will be great.
And as far as the magic's concerned, you're able to put the Djinns' full magic into people, transfuse that to people, right?
I can do that, yes. Okay. Yeah, his biggest goal with me was to help out those who are in need of help.
Find out how it is for someone to live inside his body.
How does that feel?
To have the Djinn live inside my body, in the beginning was a little awkward. Once again, he was trying to come out, and basically he likes to have fun. So he would try to come out and just explore and have fun and try to, do some like wild, crazy type partying stuff or whatever. Yeah. Nothing to harm anyone or anything like that. But once we figured everything out and stuff, now I can control him and stuff. So he knows that there's a proper place and time to do, the fun stuff, to come out, the healing and all that.
And wasn't an adjustment for the Djinn? Like, are you the first person he's ever possessed, or?
Apparently he's done it before. Yeah. But he just couldn't find the right vessel.
Right.
So he finally figured out that I was the right vessel.
So you guys were kind of the perfect match. And what has that done for you in your personal life, as far as like being a magic conduit? Like, how has that transpired for you?
It makes me feel really good. I love helping people out. And as long as I know I can get the satisfaction of helping people out, I'm fine and I'm great. It actually gives me a higher satisfaction.
In my own case, I recall that some of the entities we had to deal with were overtly violent, almost psychotic. And the others were pure and altruistic, and all they wanted to do was help us, and they would warn us about things that the nasty entities were doing, and they would give us teaching and methods of developing ourselves and so on. In retrospect, I'd like to say that all the entities were equally evil. It was the clever way it was presented, by showing this group as overtly evil, that made us more ready to accept these guys as the good guys. In reality, they were all in it together.
In evaluating the situation, the reason they appeared to be good or evil was to create a contrast and also to create further deception. It was obviously that the whole thing was an incredible deception, but it would have had no credibility if it was obvious as a deception.
All people who are channeling entities, whatever they say they are, Jesus Christ, Buddha, your Aunt Vera, whoever, they're not these pure, altruistic, beautiful beings that they seem to be. If you strip away the covering, you'll find a demon behind every one of these voices, behind every one of the spirits. In fact, one of their most clever ploys is to appear, as the Bible says, even Satan disguises as an angel of light. We're seeing these emissaries of evil that are dressing in the most wonderful packaging, so people are accepting them as genuine. People are seeing them as good and pure, and in reality, even the good ones are demon spirits.
Around the world, chosen ones keep the faithful close to God, close to His will. But chosen ones also drive them to transcend human limitations, to become God-like. Every year in Thailand, men who believe they have been chosen by Taoist gods perform superhuman rituals. They endure what look to outsiders like horrific body piercings. They do it to cleanse and reinvigorate their entire communities. Galudi Chaudi Tamapan is a representative from the Wong Liao Bao Umugong Shrine, a center for Taoist worship.
There are many figures here.
Yes.
Are they all different gods?
Yes, they are all different gods.
How do they relate to the processions in the street?
The purpose for street procession is actually to bless the general public by the gods through the mediums.
The medium is, of course, a mediator between the gods and the people.
These entities out here will say, oh yeah, they're bad spirits and they're good spirits. In fact, the old mediums, before the channelers came along, it was a little more complicated. And the mediums would have a control. It was called a control spirit. And the function of the control spirit was to keep the bad spirits away, and to kind of line things up, you know, and make it work out as it should.
Could you speak to one of these mediums?
This is the mediums, and his name is God.
God. One of the big questions for everyone watching this festival is, of course, the Masons are piercing their cheeks. Why are people doing that?
เขาอยากจะรู้ว่าเพราะอะไรเขาจะเป็นคนกำหนดเป็นคนสั่งทุกอย่าง จะรู้ว่าเพราะอะไรเขาจะเป็นคนกำหนดเป็นคนสั่งทุกอย่าง It's ordered by the deity or the gods. What kind of weapon he has to use, where to pierce, from the gods, all from the gods.
So what I would like to ask him is why he was chosen to become a Mason.
เพราะอะไรคุณโดนเลือกเป็นมาซงค่ะ
เกิดอุบัติเหตุ
It's not his choice, but it's the God's will. This year we are going to have around 800 mediums.
Yes.
People are yelling and they bang the table. That means they are entering trance. So actually the drum helps the mediums to enter trance.
Makes perfect sense. Rhythm is a central part for entering the trance, and you feel the vibration as well.
Oh yeah, you cannot wait.
Oh, it's hot.
Yes, it's hot across.
Oh my goodness, it just happened. Yes. Yeah, he's shaking his head.
Yeah, that's right.
When Masons violently shake their heads, like God is doing, it's a sign they are in a trance and possessed by the gods. And it means they are ready to be pierced. Some use spears, others needles. God's piercing is more unusual.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah, it's piercing.
So he's taking the umbrella through the tongue?
As you can see, there's no bleeding, and we believe that the deity possesses the medium.
So
they are
the
not
medium
themselves.
becomes godlike, and for that reason doesn't bleed.
It's the possessor.
After the 800 chosen Masons from the shrine are pierced, they march through the streets of Phuket, displaying the power of the gods.
The locals believe the mediums save the public from sin by piercing through all this, receiving all the seeing.
And of course, mediums cannot exist without the public because they are the link to the gods.
Okay, yeah, that's right. The mediums, they give hopes to the locals to have a better life after the festival.
I will keep quiet, you won't even know I'm here. You won't suspect a thing, you won't see me in the mirror. But I've crept into your heart, you can't make me disappear till I make you. I made myself at home in the cobwebs and the lights. I'm learning all your tricks, I can you.
Make yourself comfortable. You're here for eternity.
Your salvation, although you pretend I'm yours.